In the winter of 2021, an 83-year-old woman in Texas spent 4 days completely alone in her home. The electricity had gone out during a snowstorm. Her cell phone was dead. Her landline had stopped working. Her neighbors were gone. By the second day, she had run out of food. By the third, she was melting snow in a pot just to drink water. And when the lights finally came back on, she was curled under a blanket on the floor, weak, dehydrated, and barely conscious. No one had checked on her. No one had thought to. The truth is, this could happen to any of us, whether it is a storm, a power grid failure, a wildfire, or something no one sees coming. We cannot always prevent the crisis, but we can be ready for it. And I am not talking about bunkers or fear or panic buying. I am talking about quiet, smart, powerful preparation. The kind of preparation that says, I may be older, but I am not helpless. I may live alone, but I am not unprotected. I may not be strong in body, but I am wise. In this video, I will share 15 essential items every smart, seasoned woman should keep nearby. Some are practical, some are personal, some may surprise you, but every one of them has the power to bring safety, dignity, and peace of mind, no matter what happens. Item 1. A whistle. There is a reason this item comes first. It may be the smallest thing in your emergency kit, but it could be the one that saves your life. A whistle, not a phone, not a flashlight. A simple, old-fashioned whistle, the kind you can hang around your neck or attach to your house keys. Here is the truth. In many emergency situations, especially for older adults, your voice may not be strong enough to call out for help. You may fall and find yourself unable to reach the phone. You may be trapped behind a door or outside in the cold, and no one hears you. But a whistle carries. Loud and sharp, its sound can cut through walls, weather, and distance. A whistle requires no batteries. It never needs to be charged. It works in the dark, in the rain, even when your hands are shaking. It is the kind of tool that does not look impressive until the moment you need it. You do not need anything fancy. Just a durable plastic or metal whistle, one that fits in the palm of your hand. Keep one on your nightstand. Clip one to your purse or walker. Tape one to your emergency bag and tell your family where they are. Because in that moment when you are scared, alone, or in need, and your voice fails you, this little tool will not. It speaks for you, loud and clear. It says, I am here. Come help me. And that can make all the difference. Item 2. Unscented baby wipes. In any emergency, the first thing we usually lose is comfort. No hot water, no clean towels, no way to take a shower or even wash our hands properly. And in those moments, the smallest acts of care become the most powerful. That is where unscented baby wipes come in. These soft, gentle cloths are not just for babies. They are for you, for staying clean, staying fresh, and staying human when everything else feels uncertain. Whether you are stuck at home with no running water or sheltering somewhere unfamiliar, baby wipes give you a sense of control. You can use them to clean your hands before eating, wipe your face before bed, freshen up after a long, stressful day. For older adults especially, when mobility is limited or bending becomes difficult, these wipes make hygiene possible and simple. Always choose unscented wipes. They are better for sensitive skin and safer to store long term. Avoid wipes with strong perfumes as they may irritate your skin or attract insects in warm climates. Store one full-sized pack in your emergency drawer. Keep a travel pack in your purse or car. And if possible, place a small zip bag with a few wipes in your go bag. Because even a little refreshment can change your entire mindset. In hard times, we do not just survive with food and water. We survive with dignity. And that starts by feeling clean, cared for and in control, even in the middle of a storm. Item 3. A small tin of your favorite tea. This next item is not about survival in the physical sense. It is about something deeper. Emotional survival, mental clarity, comfort, a small tin of your favorite tea. It may sound simple, even silly, but it is one of the most powerful things you can pack. Why? Because taste and smell are deeply connected to memory and emotion. A warm cup of tea can take you back to your childhood kitchen, to a quiet morning with your spouse, to peace. Emergencies are loud, they are cold, they are confusing, but the act of steeping tea, even just smelling it, is calming. It brings back routine. It slows your heartbeat. It gives your hands something to do, something gentle. You may not always have boiling water, but in many situations you will. And when you do, you will be grateful for the comfort of a familiar flavor. Choose the tea that speaks to you. Maybe chamomile if you need help relaxing, peppermint for nausea, black tea for strength. Whatever you love, pack 5 or 6 tea bags in a small metal tin or plastic container to keep them dry and fresh. This is not just a drink. It is a lifeline to normalcy, a ritual that tells your brain, you are safe, you are home. Because survival is not just about getting through. It is about staying connected to who you are, even when the world outside feels like a stranger. Item 4. Adult undergarments, even if you do not think you need them. This item may feel uncomfortable to talk about, but it is one of the most practical and caring decisions you can make for yourself. Adult undergarments, such as absorbent pads or disposable briefs. Now you might be thinking, I do not need those, and that may be true, for now. But emergencies bring stress. They interrupt routines. They limit bathroom access. They trap people in cars, shelters, or elevators for hours. And during illness, or when nerves are frayed, accidents happen. Even to people who have never had any issues before. Having a few discreet undergarments packed away is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom, of self-respect. It means you are prepared to protect your dignity in uncomfortable situations, especially when help is delayed or facilities are out of service. Pack 2 or 3 in a zippered plastic bag, along with a pair of gloves, a small trash bag, and some unscented wipes. Label it clearly. Store it with your other emergency supplies. You may never need it, and hopefully you will not, but if you ever do, you will be incredibly thankful it is there. This is not just about health. It is about freedom. The freedom to move through a crisis without shame, to stay clean, to stay confident, and to never feel helpless. That is what real preparedness looks like. Item 5. A flashlight with a big, easy button. A flashlight is one of the most important tools you can own during a power outage, but only if it is the right kind. Many flashlights on the market today are made for hikers, campers, or tech lovers. They have tiny switches, complicated settings, and require finger strength that some of us just do not have anymore. You need something better, something simpler. A flashlight with a big, easy-to-press button. One that turns on instantly, without having to guess which mode it is in. One that fits comfortably in your hand, even if you have arthritis or tremors. When the lights go out and the room is completely dark, there is no time to fumble or read instructions. You want to reach over, press a button, and light up the room. That light brings safety. It helps prevent falls. It calms fear. And it helps you find what you need quickly. Choose a flashlight that uses standard batteries, such as AA or AAA, and tape an extra set of batteries directly to the handle. That way, you are never caught unprepared. Better yet, keep one flashlight in your bedroom, one near your front door, and one in your emergency bag or car. Because in the dark, clarity is everything. And the right flashlight is not just a gadget, It is peace of mind in the palm of your hand. Item 6. A pair of hard-soled house shoes. At first, this might seem like a comfort item, but it is much more than that. A pair of hard-soled house shoes can be a true lifesaver, especially for older adults. In an emergency, you may have to move quickly. There could be broken glass on the floor, water from a burst pipe, cold tile, uneven stairs. And if all you have on your feet are soft, fuzzy slippers with no grip, you could be at serious risk of falling or getting injured. That is why it is so important to choose a pair of house shoes with sturdy, non-slip soles. Look for something easy to slip on, but firm enough to protect your feet. Something with a closed toe and a secure heel. It should be warm, comfortable, and stable, like armor for your feet. Keep them by your bed at all times. If you hear a noise in the night, or if you wake up to a power outage, you can step into them quickly without thinking. They will protect you while you move through the dark, or while stepping outside for any reason. You do not need anything fancy. Just reliable footwear that is ready to go when you are, because emergencies rarely give you time to change shoes. And one fall can turn a difficult situation into a dangerous one. Good house shoes may feel like a small detail, but they could be the reason you stay safe. Item 7. Salt and sugar packets. This item may seem ordinary, but in a medical emergency, it can be life-saving. Salt and sugar packets, the kind you might find at restaurants or coffee shops, are powerful tools when used correctly. Combined with clean water, they form a homemade oral rehydration solution that can prevent dehydration, stabilize blood sugar, and restore lost energy. Dehydration is one of the most dangerous yet common issues during disasters, especially for older adults. When water is limited, when the power is out, or when illness strikes, our bodies lose fluids and minerals faster than we realize. And when that balance breaks, confusion, dizziness, and even collapse can follow. But with a few simple ingredients, half a teaspoon of salt and 6 teaspoons of sugar, mixed into 4 cups of clean water, you can create a drink that helps your body recover. No fancy sports drinks required, no expensive powders, just wisdom and preparation. Store a small zippered bag with individual salt and sugar packets in your emergency kit. They are lightweight, compact, and stay fresh for years. Include a printed recipe for the rehydration mix in large print, so you do not have to rely on memory in a stressful moment. This is not just about adding flavor. It is about restoring life, about being ready for the quiet emergencies that catch so many people off guard. A little salt and sugar can go a long way. Item 8. Spare glasses and a contact card. You can survive many things, but trying to navigate an emergency without your glasses is not one of them. For those of us who depend on glasses to read, walk safely, or recognize faces, losing them or breaking them during a crisis can be deeply disorienting. That is why a spare pair is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Find your previous set of glasses. Even if the prescription is not perfect, they are far better than nothing. Store them in a hard case, clearly labeled as a backup. Place them in your emergency bag or in a drawer you can access easily. And with them, include a contact card, a simple note with your name, medical needs, emergency contacts, and any important instructions. Use large print. Make it easy to read for anyone who may find it, including rescue workers or neighbors. For example, "My name is Judith Miller. I take blood pressure and thyroid medication daily. Please contact my daughter Lisa at 555-123-4567. You may never need this backup, but if you do, if you are evacuated, injured, or even just flustered, it will be there, waiting, steady and helpful. Preparedness is not only about equipment, it is about clarity, about having what you need to see clearly and be seen clearly when it matters most. Item 9. Hard candy. This item may seem indulgent, but in an emergency, it serves more purpose than you might imagine. Hard candy, like peppermints, lemon drops, or honey lozenges, is small, shelf-stable, and surprisingly versatile. First, it helps with dry mouth, which is a common issue during high-stress situations or dehydration. A simple piece of candy can stimulate saliva, soothe your throat, and provide just enough moisture to feel more comfortable. Second, hard candy can offer quick energy when meals are delayed. The sugar helps keep blood sugar levels steady, especially important for those managing diabetes, fatigue, or lightheadedness. And third, candy is emotional medicine. In a frightening moment, offering a peppermint to a nervous grandchild, or simply to yourself, can bring a sense of calm. The familiar flavor, the act of unwrapping it slowly, the sweetness on your tongue, it all brings your mind back to safety. Store several individually wrapped pieces in a tin or sealed pouch inside your emergency kit. Avoid soft or chewy candies, which can melt or spoil over time. Hard candy lasts for years, takes up little space, and will not expire quickly. This is not just a treat. It is comfort. It is grounding. It is something to hold on to when everything else feels uncertain. Sometimes survival comes in sweet, quiet moments, not just dramatic ones. Item 10. A deck of cards or a simple puzzle book. When the power goes out, or when you are stuck waiting, in a shelter, a hallway, or a car, time does not stop. It stretches, it drags, it presses on your nerves. And that is why one of the most valuable things you can pack is a simple source of mental focus. A deck of playing cards, a small puzzle book, a crossword, a notebook with a pen. Something, anything, that helps your mind stay steady when the world around you is uncertain. Because survival is not just about having food and flashlights. It is about staying calm, staying grounded, keeping your thoughts from spiraling into fear or helplessness. Cards offer familiarity. Games like solitaire or Go Fish can be played alone or with others, young or old. Puzzle books challenge your memory and keep your mind sharp. A blank notebook lets you write out your thoughts, track important details, or even sketch something beautiful in the middle of chaos. Choose something you already enjoy, something light, easy to pack, and comforting. Place it in your emergency kit with intention, not as a luxury, but as a tool. Because during times of stress, what your brain needs most is something to hold on to, a rhythm, a routine, a reminder that your inner world is still intact. This is not just entertainment. It is mental first aid. Item 11. Small bills and physical cash. We live in a digital world, credit cards, debit cards, and phone apps. But when disaster strikes, all of that can vanish in an instant. The power goes out. The internet shuts down. ATMs stop working. Stores cannot process payments. And suddenly, a simple purchase becomes impossible. That is why keeping some physical cash in your emergency kit is essential. Not hundreds of dollars, just enough to get you through the first few days. Aim for around $50 in small bills, $1 and $5 notes. Add a few quarters in a small coin pouch. These allow you to buy food, water, or other essentials from gas stations, vending machines, or roadside vendors who may not be able to provide change. Distribute the money wisely. Store some in your emergency bag, some in a drawer, and a little in your car or wallet. That way, if one stash is lost or inaccessible, you have backups. Label it clearly and seal it in a waterproof bag to protect against moisture or spills. Physical cash may seem outdated, but when the systems we rely on stop working, it becomes one of the most powerful tools you can carry. In moments of crisis, being able to pay quickly, simply, and without worry means freedom. It means movement. it means independence. Do not wait until the card machine says offline. Be ready ahead of time. Item 12. A small envelope of family photos. This item is not practical in the usual sense. It will not light a room. It will not treat a wound. But it may be the most emotionally important item in your entire kit, a small envelope of printed family photos. In emergencies, especially long ones, you may be forced to leave your home quickly. You may be relocated to a shelter, separated from loved ones, or left sitting alone in unfamiliar places. In those moments, photographs can provide powerful grounding. They remind you who you are, where you come from, who you love, and who loves you. Choose photos that mean something to your heart, your children, your grandchildren, a beloved pet, a wedding day, a moment when you were strong, smiling and full of life. Print them out. Keep them in a small plastic envelope or photo sleeve. Tuck it into your emergency bag, where it will not be forgotten. Include one picture with your full name and address written clearly on the back. That way, if your bag is lost or you are found unconscious, someone may be able to help identify and return it to you. Photos are more than paper. They are memory, warmth, and strength. When the power is out and the world feels cold, holding a familiar face in your hand can bring light no flashlight can offer. Pack love alongside your supplies. Item 13. A small jar of coconut oil. Coconut oil may seem like a kitchen item, but in an emergency, it becomes one of the most useful and versatile supplies you can own. This one small jar can do the job of 10 different products, all while taking up very little space in your kit. Use it as a moisturizer for dry skin or cracked hands when water is scarce. Use it as lip balm when the air is dry. If you are cooking over a small flame or portable stove, it works as a cooking oil for frying, greasing pans, or even baking simple flatbread. You can use coconut oil to soothe mild burns, reduce skin irritation, or help with chafing. You can rub a little on your cuticles, on your feet, or under your nose to reduce strong smells. It can also help with detangling hair when showers are not an option. In cold climates, coconut oil may harden, but that makes it less likely to spill or leak. In warm climates, it softens, but stays usable. It does not spoil easily and can last for months or even years when stored in a cool, dark place. Pack a small sealed jar or travel-sized container in your emergency bag. You can buy it from any grocery store or scoop it from a larger container into something more portable. When space is limited, items that serve multiple purposes are priceless. Coconut oil is not just smart. It is gentle, healing, and quietly powerful. A little jar can go a long way for your body, your comfort, and your peace of mind. Item 14. A daily multivitamin with calcium and vitamin D. In emergencies, your meals may change drastically. You may eat less, skip vegetables, or go several days with only shelf-stable food. That is where a daily multivitamin becomes more than just a supplement. It becomes protection. For women over 60, one of the most important things you can do for your long-term health is maintain strong bones, balanced energy, and a healthy immune system. A good multivitamin can support all three. Look for one that includes calcium, vitamin D, vitamin C, B vitamins, and magnesium. These help your body stay resilient, especially under stress. Calcium and vitamin D protect your bones. Vitamin C and zinc boost your immunity. B vitamins help your mood and energy stay stable. Choose a high-quality brand that you trust. Store the bottle in a cool, dry place, and check expiration dates once a year. You can even portion out a 2-week supply into a small pill container and keep it in your emergency kit. You will not need a doctor's note for over-the-counter vitamins. But if you are taking prescription medications, it is wise to ask your pharmacist if there are any interactions to watch for. This is not about taking a magic pill. It is about giving your body the tools it needs to stay strong, clear-headed and stable. Even when life becomes unpredictable, a single tablet each day may not seem like much, but it can help your body keep going when it matters most. Item 15. A handwritten note to yourself or a loved one. This last item may be the quietest one in your kit, but it might be the most powerful of all. It is a note, a simple, handwritten letter. Just a few lines on paper, addressed to someone you love, or even to yourself. Why? Because during a crisis, fear and confusion can cloud your mind. You may feel alone, overwhelmed, or unsure of what comes next. But a message, written in your own words, can ground you, center you, remind you that you are not just surviving this moment. You have lived through worse, and you are still here. Write something gentle, something true. It can be as short as, "You are strong. You have done hard things before. You will do this too." Or it can be addressed to your children or grandchildren. "If you are reading this and I cannot be with you, know that I love you always. Stay safe. Trust your instincts. You are braver than you know." Fold the note carefully. Place it in an envelope marked, "Read me when you need courage." Slip it into your emergency kit right next to your flashlight or your photo envelope. Because preparedness is not only about batteries and blankets. It is about memory, about heart, about staying human even in the hardest moments. A few honest words can be the light someone else, or you, need most. You have just listened to 15 simple but powerful items. Some of them may already be in your home. Others you might never have thought of. But each one carries the same message. You matter. Your comfort matters. Your peace of mind matters. Preparation is not fear. It is love in advance. It is kindness to your future self. It is the quiet strength of a woman who has lived through storms before and knows she can handle the next one. You do not have to gather everything in one day. Just start. Choose one item today. Add another next week. Keep going slowly and steadily. That is wisdom. That is progress. And one day, if the lights go out, you will feel something rare. Calm. Because you took care of yourself. Because you thought ahead. Because you packed not just tools, but trust. If this video gave you ideas, strength, or comfort, I invite you to share it with another wise woman in your life. Maybe a sister, a friend, a neighbor. Leave a comment below and tell me, which item will you start with? Let's remind each other, we are not alone, we are not powerless, and we are more prepared than we think. You are wise, you are strong, and you are ready.